Hello, my name is Joseph Matthias, and today I'm going to be doing a video on President Donald Trump for American government. Background of the candidate: Donald Trump is 71 years old and was born on June 14th, 1946, in New York. His education was he went to the New York Military Academy in 1964, Fordham University in 1964 to 1966, and Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania from 1966 to 1968. He has a in science and economics. His marital status is, at the moment, Donald Trump is married to Melania Trump. They have been married since 2005. They have a child named Barron Trump. He has had two previous marriages that didn't go so well, giving him Donald Jr., Ivanka, Eric, and Tiffany Trump. The work history of Donald Trump is he started off his business venture with a small loan of $1 million from his father. He started off working in his father's architecture company and was quite successful at it. He now owns as many as 500 different buildings with his name on them and has an estimated net worth of $3.5 billion. Donald Trump's political experience is basically non-existent. He's an absolute madman. He went from having zero political offices to being president of the United States of America. And he had never previously worked in the government, yet still managed to beat Hillary Clinton, who had worked in the government for 35 years. Donald Trump's professional development is he had done many things with his life. In 1971, he took over Elizabeth Trump and Son and renamed it the Trump Organization. He has hosted and owned many beauty pageants and is probably most famous for being on the show The Apprentice before he became president. And his accomplishments are some of them: taking over his father's business in 1971, becoming a cast member on The Apprentice, and becoming the president of the United States. So, which offices has Donald Trump held? He has only ever held the office of President of the United States of America, and the duties of this office are Chief of State, which means he's the head of the government. The country looks up to him in this aspect. Chief Executive, he has all the power of the executive branch under him. Chief Administrator, they're in charge of everything happening in the executive branch. Chief Diplomat, they're the main author of America's foreign policies. Commander-in-Chief directly controls the American Armed Forces. Chief Legislator, they shape public policy by suggesting, requesting, and insisting on bills being passed. Chief of Party, the leader of the political party they're affiliated with, which in Donald Trump's case is Republican. And Chief Citizen, where he's supposed to represent the American people. So Donald Trump's major goals and accomplishments are: he passed the tax reform for $5.5 billion. One of his goals is building the wall and making Mexico pay for it. He's cut down unemployment by 4.1%, withdrew from the Trans-Pacific Partnership, put an end to chain migration, deported 36% more illegal criminals than in the previous year of 2016, and cracked down on 300-some sanctuary cities, and added $98 million in funding for new cops. That was enough for about 618 cops. And he's working to increase military spending. Donald Trump is a Republican. That's his party affiliation. And one of the hot button issues Donald Trump has is building a wall across the Mexican border. And another hot button issue would be him decreasing funding for Planned Parenthood. Donald Trump has a few different strengths. He's a shrewd businessman with a keen sense for what our country needs, and he's able to focus and work towards bettering the future of the United States. His weakness: he uses Twitter, can be a little hot-headed at times, and he has a slight orange tint. Some of the past holders of the office he had are Barack Obama, George Bush Jr., Sr., John F. Kennedy, and 41 other presidents. The party history of this office: the office of president has always been either Republican or Democrat, with no other political parties really coming close to becoming president. It has been evenly split up, almost evenly split up. 19 Republican presidents since Lincoln, and 13 Democratic presidents. So, as I said, lots of famous people who have held the same seat as well. 44 different presidents before: Abe Lincoln, George Washington, JFK, Grover Cleveland, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and many more. The biggest outcomes produced by the seat are bringing the country out of the Great Depression using work programs and war, keeping our country safe, and declaring war on other countries. And the biggest problem faced by the seat is the constant threat of war, and actual wars, such as World War I and World War II, and economic threats like the Great Depression, and political unrest, which seems to be happening now, lately. What do I like about Donald Trump as a politician? I like him as a politician because he actually knows what he wants to do and is actively seeking to fulfill this goal, unlike other politicians who seem to just go with the flow of events, never really sticking out. I also like his economic policies, being as they are decreasing taxes and increasing the amount of money people have available. What don't I like about this politician? I don't like that he uses Twitter, and sometimes he runs his mouth on Twitter when he just needs to be quiet. What could this politician do to better their chances of winning re-election? Get off of Twitter, Donald. That's just about it. Get off Twitter. And based on my research, would I vote for them? Why or why not? I would vote for Donald Trump as president because I agree with his policies on our economy and those of immigration. Closing comments. Donald Trump is one of the strangest cases you will ever hear about in American history. He became president without any political experience. One of his main platforms was that he was going to build a wall and have Mexico pay for it, and he's helped our economy by being such a great businessman. So far, even if he has been semi-stupid on Twitter, I still believe that he's made a good president. Thank you for watching. 100%.